There's Jane. That's what I was writing. So that is thrilling, and thank you all for the time and effort for bringing this to life. It is so meaningful to me. And although it's getting a very good response so far, there's always room, to make little changes. So I'll be listening and seeing if there's areas I can improve on. And I just want to say that the story was inspired by a trip I took about 25 years ago with my best friend, who was dying of AIDS at the time. And he was an inveterate traveler. He wanted to take one last trip. And unfortunately, we got kicked off the tour. And he wanted to go on, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the wherewithal and the resources. He was just too ill. So we came home, and he died just a couple weeks later. And that bothered me the rest of my life. And so as a writer, I thought, I'm going to write a different ending to that story. I'm going to write the ending that I would wish for. So this is this much.
Thank you. A Place Called Knock by Colleen Craig. Exterior, the Woodland School, Northern California day. An idyllic rural campus, children swing on tires hung from giant oaks. They search for tadpoles in a brook. They dig in a sandbox for sparkling rhinestones. In the distance, vine-covered hills burnished in fall colors. Interior boardroom day following. Close-up on Leah Walker, mid-30s, pensive eyes framed by coppery hair and plain brown glasses, watching the children from the window. Except for a moonstone pendant, which she always wears, she dresses simply, shirt and jeans. Leah's daughter Jane, 7, a wide-eyed pixie, sees Leah and holds up a gem from the sandbox. It catches the sun. Leah smiles.
Leah, are you getting this?
Interior boardroom at the Woodland School day following. Leah turns back to the room where the board members and principal sit around a table. She shoves her glasses to her forehead and starts typing on her laptop. Carol, 40s, gaunt as the Grim Reaper in black yoga pants and sweater, sits beside Leah. Sharing the table are Eric, 30s, dressed in polished corporate, and James, the slight goateed principal, rumpled and beaming. Everyone eats prepackaged sandwiches. Feather, in flowing tie-dye, and Andrea, overweight in Birkenstocks and frizzy hair, both 30s, stand before a huge logo of a rabbit next to a one-room schoolhouse. A sign on the wall reads, "The Woodland School treats all with kindness and respect."
Thank you. So, the logo. It just has to be more inclusive. We've been playing with ideas, and we thought maybe a coyote, an animal that coexists with all of us.
Interesting idea.
Not to cross-examine, but how would a coyote look different from a dog?
We also considered a bear.
A bear might be too threatening. Grizzlies.
I was imagining a cute little cob. Let's rethink it. A rooster seems too obvious.
And I don't think we want farm vibes. We don't have the curriculum to support this.
Okay then, offer a vegan lunch, revised letter to new parents, and table the logo. That's about it?
Not quite. We have a special announcement. Leah?
Leah glances at James, nervous to step out of her lane.
When I was tasked with the annual fundraiser, it was made clear that nobody wanted another golf tournament or silent auction. So I found out that Charlie Hunter's grandfather, Sterling Hunter, he just published a book for Charlie. Jane's in his class, so I was able to reach out to Mr. Hunter, and he's agreed to read it at the school. He's donating all the books, which will be included in the ticket price.
Wasn't he Ben-Hur?
Carol shoots a look at Andrea and grabs her cell phone.
No, he was the voice of God in Journey of the Prophet. Anyway, I think we can sell 500 tickets at $100 a piece or $50,000.
I can't believe it.
I mean, there's already some media buzz.
Yeah, I'll bet. The president of the NRA comes to the Woodland School?
What? I didn't know that.
1980 to 1985. President of the NRA.
That was 40 years ago when it was practically a hunting club.
So, hunting's okay?
You're eating a ham sandwich,
Pancetta, and that's different.
not to the pig.
We're getting off topic here.
Someone so closely associated with the NRA should not be at Woodland.
Not even as a student's grandfather?
It's outrageous.
I think there is another side here.
There is no other side. Our school is about nonviolence.
But his book is about friendship, loyalty. Here's a chapter on courage.
Says the face of the NRA.
Will you excuse us, Leah?
Leah looks at James, who nods. She exits.
I thought we stood for something.
We do. Tolerance, for one.
Exterior hallway, same time. Leah leans against the wall, overhearing.
It's a bad idea. It's also why Woodland shouldn't offer tuition for work to people like Leah. She's been in LA way too long.
Leah reacts dismayed. Interior, Leah's childhood home day. A shabby ranchette. Photos of young Leah on a pony holding blue ribbons next to a horse graduating high school. A set of golf clubs leans against the wall, and a couple of worn couches face an old TV. Clearly, this is her parents' home. Emilio, 40s, Leah's cousin, flips through a photo album at a banged-up dining room table piled with photos and boxes. Head shaved, he wears the red robes of a Buddhist monk and resembles a Mayan god. Striking and the genial, playful foil to his more serious cousin. Leah staggers in with grocery bags. Jane follows with a backpack. A bag rips. Eggs splatter. Apples and oranges roll in every direction. An ice cream lid shoots across the floor. Leah looks panicked. Interior, different house, flashback, night. A bungalow kitchen with a hip vibe. Leah washes a mountain of dishes wearing an apron adorned with pink ponies. Her husband, Mark, early 30s, blonde, sits at the counter with his laptop.
Must be nice to have the latest MacBook when we don't even have a dishwasher.
I'll help.
No, you break everything.
Like this?
No, thank you.
He sneaks one in, then goes to the refrigerator and opens both doors.
I know what you like.
Hardly.
I do.
You don't. Nobody does.
He grabs the keys off the counter.
I'm going to prove you wrong.
He heads to the front door and exits. Leah follows and opens the door.
Mark! Mark!
She shuts the door firmly. Off screen, a toddler cries.
Mommy?
She woke up her kid. Great. Interior, Leah's childhood home, back to the present. Leah frantically wipes up the ice cream mess.
I'll help you.
No, don't. Just go grab a snack and then practice.
Hello, young Jane.
Hello, Emilio.
Jane takes an apple from the floor, skips over to Emilio, and kisses his bald head. She skips off. Now a fit of coughing from Emilio. Leah looks on, worried.
How's the family tree?
We lost a branch today, Evelyn's brother, which makes him our great uncle.
He extends a yellowed newspaper clipping.
Butte, Montana, Ralph Horgan, age 25, leaped in front of a train on November 6th. A sergeant in World War II, he worked as a clerk for the Postal Service. God, how sad. You know, almost everyone I love is gone.
You loved Uncle Ralphie?
Mark, my mother, your mother, Gypsy.
She glances behind Emilio to a photograph of a teenage Leah in riding clothes with a gorgeous white Arabian. Emilio turns around.
Ever thought of writing again?
Leah shakes her head.
But you were so good. All those trophies in the basement.
You only get one great horse, and I got mine.
I see. One horse, one husband, one kid, one cousin. That's all you get, Leah Walker. Actually, you only get one life.
I thought you were coming back as a cow or something.
You Catholics, one life.
Not exactly Catholic, which is why I don't get this obsession with what's with this Irish stuff.
You mean when I look like a mariachi player? I don't know, it just calls to me here. Emilio, come to my shores, boyo.
How many times do we have to go over this? I mean, you just finished chemo, I can't leave my job, so that's that.
Cousin, believe me, you can leave anything.
He rises, grabs a sturdily carved stick, and slowly walks to the front door. Leah follows. Exterior, Leah's childhood home day. A small riding arena adjacent to a dilapidated stable with 2 stalls. Leah slides one open for her cousin. Interior, stable day, continuous. 2 colorful Buddha images and a print of the Virgin of Guadalupe on the walls above a table with a vase of flowers and a photo of the Dalai Lama. Horse blankets hang on walls. Emilio takes a deep breath.
I can still smell the hay.
I've always imagined it's what heaven will smell like. Hay and manure. It's the best. I still wish you would stay inside.
I like the quiet. And it reminds me of Ireland.
His absurdity makes her laugh.
Have a nice nappy.
Leah, please think about it. I want to go. It'll be fun.
Interior, Leah's childhood home day. Jane examines photos with Leah, her violin resting on the table. Close up on a vintage black and white photo of a still beautiful dark-haired woman, 60s, with a floppy polka dot bow at her neck.
This is Grandma's mother, Evelyn, my grandmother. And guess who?
Close up on a dashing, dimpled young man.
It's how we won the war.
That's Grandpa?
Yep. And here's Emilio's mother.
Close up on a pretty young woman, also dimpled.
She looks like Grandpa.
That's because Grandpa and Emilio's mother are brother and sister.
How come Emilio looks so different?
Because his dad is from Mexico and Emilio looks like him. It's kind of hard to understand.
Oh, do I look like my dad?
You do, you lucky girl.
She hugs Jane close, then reaches out and flips Evelyn's picture over, burying it under the others. Exterior, Woodland School day. A drizzly morning drop-off, cars in a line as children are escorted from each car by teachers. Jane hops out and waves at her mother. Leah's car pulls into a nearby lot. Interior, Leah's car day. Leah gathers papers and notebooks and stuffs them into a battered briefcase. She exits and nearly runs into Feather, Carol, and Andrea standing beneath umbrellas.
Hey, we need to cancel Sterling Hunter.
Is that what James says?
Not yet. He will. Sterling Hunter doesn't represent our mission statement.
We're about nurturing the spirit of the child, Leah.
$50,000 is a lot of nurturing.
Is that what integrity costs?
I don't know. I could Google it.
That's not funny.
I'm not a funny person. Look, I didn't invite him to talk about guns. And besides, what if I owned a gun? Would Jane be allowed to be here?
You have guns in your house?
Nearby parents glance over at her raised voice.
No, I'm trying to make a point.
Well, try this one. The idea should have been vetted by the board. It wasn't your decision.
Leah's umbrella shoots open and she covers her already drenched face.
Excuse me.
Interior, James's office. James digs through papers and books on his messy desk. Leah stands by the window.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a good idea, and it would be a mistake to cancel.
You think everything is a good idea.
It's my job to be supportive.
Leah rolls her eyes.
Carol and Andrea were free to come up with their own fundraiser. They didn't. And now, they're free to stay home. Oh, here we go. The Unhurried Child. You know this, don't you?
I live with one. That's why I'm always late.
Listen, I've been stepping on toes for 20 years, and I've learned that nobody dies from a sore toe. Besides, they didn't object when Sterling wrote a $10,000 check to paint the classrooms. The event will come, the event will go, people will forget.
Leah nods. James pages through the book, oblivious to Leah's sad expression. She stares out the window at the now heavy rain, lost in a memory she can't forget. Exterior, neighborhood street, flashback, night. Red lights flashing in a downpour. A mangled car wrapped around a telephone pole. First responders mill about as a covered body is lifted into an ambulance. A policeman drapes Leah in his raincoat, covering the pink pony apron. A carton of chocolate ice cream lies smashed in the street, ice cream washing into the flowing gutter. Exterior, cottage gardens, retirement home day, back to the present. A collection of tired buildings and scraggly plants. Leah hurries towards the entrance with a large cardboard box. Interior, William's room day. Leah fiddles with her father's hearing aid batteries as William, 70s, watches a man and woman sell rings on QVC. William blows his nose.
Dad, I told you to use a handkerchief.
But it's how we won the war.
Leah nods as he replaces the paper towel. Then he reaches for the phone. Leah takes it from him.
Nobody needs a cocktail ring. I am still enjoying the ab crunchers you got me.
A knock at the door. Leah opens it to a white-haired resident in a hot pink jumpsuit.
Hey, you going to sit and be fit?
William points to his ears without his hearing aids.
Sit and let's kiss?
The woman laughs. She leans into Leah.
He heard me. They don't stop till they're dead.
She exits. Leah takes her cardboard box and sets it on the table in front of her father, opening it to reveal photos.
Could you please try to figure out who these people are for Emilio?
William selects a photo of a handsome man in a World War II uniform.
My father, he was a hero.
We know he married your mother. Who's this?
She hands him a vintage photo of a woman.
Fern, my aunt.
Great. Dad, write it down on the back, like this. William's Aunt Fern, okay?
William sifts through the photos suddenly.
Where's the little girl?
Jane's at school, remember?
And Mom?
Mom went to get her.
Super.
He returns to the faded photos. Leah looks on sadly. Interior hallway outside William's room. Day. Mr. Neely, the director of Cottage Gardens, 50s, officious in his flashy suit, joins Leah.
Got a minute?
A minute. I'm late for a pickup.
She keeps walking.
Leah, it's about your father, and rather delicate.
Leah stops.
Are you going to tell me he's pregnant?
Very good, Miss Walker. No. Evidently, he's been flirting.
They're joined by a young female assistant.
We have a possible new admit.
Everyone looks towards the lobby where a stooped old man wearing a yarmulke clutches brochures.
Be right there. Mr. Shapiro, welcome to Cottage Gardens. I mean flirting inappropriately. Some of the ladies have mentioned it.
Mr. Neely, whatever else he is, my father is a gentleman.
However, his behavior points to signs of increasing senility. He often talks about your mother as if she's still alive, something we don't necessarily want to encourage.
But why should he have to relive her death? I mean, almost every time. Mom died. She did. Honey, that's terrible. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I mean, look, Mr. Neely, I moved home to help, and I am helping.
A resident hobbles by with her walker.
Don't you look lovely today?
Oh, I just had my hair done.
You're a beauty queen.
Mr. Neely the hypocrite. Leah shakes her head.
All right, we can drop it for now, but if he deteriorates much further, I'm afraid you'll have to find other arrangements.
Leah continues down the hallway, past residents napping in wheelchairs, and marches out the door. Exterior Woodland School day. Leah mixes with parents waiting for pickup. She stands next to Eric, towering at 6'4". Eric watches his son, Joshua, 8, shooting hoops.
He's good.
I make him practice 3 hours a day. Kidding. I have to make him stop.
Carol and Andrea sidle up to Leah.
We're boycotting the fundraiser.
A book boycott? Here?
A writer.
Would you have invited Hitler to read?
Please, not that. Sterling Hunter did not kill 6 million people.
You supported Vietnam and Iraq.
A lot of people did. People changed.
Did you?
I mean, you'd be amazed at some of the things I have done, but here I am.
A half dozen parents stare at Leah, an awkward moment.
Yes, here you are, defending the NRA.
No, I'm not. And besides, I looked him up, and he's doing a lot to get stricter background checks.
That's not enough.
We don't want the Second Amendment crazies on our campus.
Shouldn't you be using your indoor voice?
All turn to see Jane's earnest face.
You're right, Jane. Stick to your guns. We'll see what happens.
Changing the mood, Eric picks up tiny Jane and holds her high above him.
Hey, if you keep growing, you are going to beat Josh one of these days.
Jane giggles. Leah is stone-faced. Interior, Leah's childhood home, dusk. Jane plays her violin, a gifted musician, as Emilio hunches over piles of papers. He scribbles furiously. In the kitchen, Leah bakes cookies in the shape of the Woodland School rabbit logo. She forms a cookie into a gun shape, placing it at the rabbit's head. The violin music stops. Leah smashes up the dough as Jane wanders into the dining room.
And now the eternal question. How was school?
Good.
Always the right answer, but not always the best answer. So how was school?
Good. Some of my friends called me Plain Jane.
Who called you Plain Jane?
Emilio and Jane roll their eyes. A cookie sheet clatters to the floor.
They were just rhyming my name, like a game.
If only they knew your other name. That'd be a hard one to rhyme.
What other name?
The other name we all have, you know.
Uh-oh.
What are they teaching these kids?
He sits up straight in his chair and arranges his robes.
Once upon a time, I knew a very old and very wise man, and he told me my secret name, which is Hofuku. It means treasure keeper, and that is what the monks where I live call me. In their world, I am Hofuku, and in this world, I am Emilio. Cool, huh?
Would that old man know my secret name?
Oh, he's long gone. But he came to me in a dream not even a month ago, and he said, when she asks, it is time for Jane to know. And then he whispered it to me. Sultana. Sultana Bowles.
Sultana Bowles.
Yes. You see, Jane Walker practices the violin every day from 4 to 5, does her homework on time and eats kale. Excellent. But Sultana, now she plays the violin to a full moon, paints her nails every different color, and dines on figs and honey.
It's a pretty name.
No prettier than Jane, not one bit. Just different, like you.
Uncertain, Jane turns to her mother.
Can I paint my nails?
I don't think it's allowed at school. Bunny ears?
If it is, can I?
Look in the bottom drawer in my bathroom. If you find any, Emilio can do your toes.
Jane races away. Emilio mocks surprised.
You have nail polish.
It's at least 5 years old.
Interior Leah's bedroom, night continuous. Leah crosses to the bathroom. On the counter, an official-looking envelope. She picks it up. Close up on 2 tickets to Ireland. Leah marches downstairs and opens the front door. Exterior, Leah's childhood home, night continuous. Leah sweeps past the arena and rolls the stall door open. Interior barn, night continuous. Candles flicker as Emilio meditates, eyes closed. Leah tosses the tickets on his mat.
You are too sick to make this trip.
He opens his eyes and regards her calmly.
Are you aware that you enunciate every word when you are emotionally?
Yes. Yes.
I can do it. I know I can. I found a direct flight to Shannon and a 4-day tour that stops at Evelyn's village.
And where is that?
A place called Knock in Mayo County. And we get there, I have a surprise for you. We have to go.
He offers a jagged fragment of a red stone to his cousin.
I found it in a box with a note. I promise I will return this to the church someday. Evelyn.
Leah examines the stone.
Oh, a quest. How exciting. She should have kept her promise.
You really don't like her, do you? But we never even met her. She was supposed to be so brilliant and funny and generous.
Except when she wasn't, when she became the destroyer, the angry woman. I mean, don't pretend you didn't hear the stories. Anyway, I can't leave my dad.
He won't even notice you're gone.
But what if something happens to him? And I have too much to do for this stupid fundraiser. It's in 3 weeks and we've sold 24 tickets. And it would be way, way, way too upsetting for Jane if I left her. I mean, she really worries when I'm not with her. Really worries.
You have the rest of your life with Jane. And I'm asking for a week.
Nobody knows how long they have.
Oh, now you're going to die. Sweet Leah, don't you realize you're already dead the moment you're born?
No, but thanks for the tip.
He shakes his head, closes his eyes, and resumes meditating. Defeated, Leah leaves, quietly closing the door on her cousin. Exterior arena, night continuous. Leah looks out at the empty arena, wistful, her horse blanket blowing in the night breeze over mournful Irish music. Interior dining room continuous. Leah tosses the horse blanket on a chair. She throws herself into cleaning his genealogy mess, stacking newspapers and putting albums away. She glances at his laptop, snaps it shut, and puts the photos in a box. Then she reopens the computer and studies the screen, puzzled. She hits the print button. The printer spits out 2 pages. Interior hospital cafeteria day. Dr. Alice Wu, 30s, huddles with Leah, whose coffee is untouched. Dr. Wu scans Leah's 2 printed pages.
There are multiple sites. His cancer is progressing, Leah.
Leah takes this in, overwhelmed.
He has been coughing a lot lately.
Sometimes coughing is more about stress. The body gets anxious, fighting to survive. And he might Maybe he can stay alive long enough. Wait for new therapies. Do you have family nearby?
Leah almost laughs. Her dad wouldn't be much help.
Yes, but no. All we really have is a family tree.
They sit in silence as Leah carefully folds up the papers.
You're familiar with the Mayo Clinic?
Mayo.
The hospital in Minnesota. They're a leader in immunotherapy cancer treatments.
That's odd. There's a Mayo County in Ireland.
Well, you might take him there. I can make some phone calls so he's seen sooner than later.
Emilio could fly?
If he's strong enough, sure. I'd recommend wearing a mask on the plane. Leah, you know me. You know I'm a realist, which means I believe in miracles.
She smiles warmly. Leah considers this and decides.
Where do I get a mask?
Exterior Sonoma Mountain Road day. Leah's ancient diesel Mercedes rumbles along forested roads. Interior car day. Leah drives as Emilio rests his eyes. Golden spires peek through the pines. Colorful prayer flags flutter from the steeple. Emilio opens his eyes and looks around.
You missed the turnoff.
Exterior monastery day. Gigantic gates carved with protective dragons block the view. Several monks garden near the entrance. Leah's car pulls in. Interior car day. Leah surveys the mystical scene.
I wish I could see inside.
What do you think you'd find? I only need a few things and my teacher's blessing. You sit here and just sit in the moment. That's where all the good stuff is.
He exits as she rolls her eyes. The monks approach Emilio and embrace him. The gates open and all disappear into the mysterious beyond. Interior Eric's house night. A cacophony of kids, a large mutt, and music. Emilio studies an abstract painting as Leah finalizes instructions with Eric and Dr. Alice Wu, his wife, off a couple of large suitcases.
I probably packed too much, but, the weather can be so crazy and...
Hey, be prepared.
Leah turns to the living room where Joshua pounds the piano and his sister, 4, bangs a drum. Jane plays her violin.
Jane, honey.
Jane runs over.
I put in 2 sets of jammies, but if they're not warm enough, you can ask Joshua's mom for more blankets.
Or Eric.
Right. And here you are, just for the week.
She hands Jane a smartphone and hugs her as Joshua races up.
Come on, Jane.
Leah watches her go. Emilio pulls her back to the moment.
Come on, Leah.
Stay hydrated on the plane. Stand up and move every hour or so. I'm excited for you.
Exterior airport day. Black storm clouds. Rain pelts the tarmac. Airport personnel direct flights and move luggage bundled in heavy gear. Interior airport, same time. In a sea of travelers, Emilio stands out in his red robes and carved walking stick. He wears gray thermal underwear beneath the garments and an orange shawl. He stops to observe the heavy rain outside, then pulls his white mask down.
You know how the Irish can tell it's summer? The rain is warmer.
Stay here.
She walks off as Emilio removes his mask and tosses it. Above him, a huge lettering, "Welcome to Ireland." Exterior airport day. Leah and Emilio wait in line as a cab driver throws their 2 small suitcases into the trunk. Leah holds an umbrella over both of them. Emilio's red robes flap wildly. Interior cab sometime later. The driver, 50s, in white knitted cap and scarf, focuses on the narrow road. Books are scattered in the front seat. Leah texts as Emilio looks out the window. His point of view. Pastoral scenes drenched in Ireland's rich greens, cottages, bridges, herds of cows, ancient cemeteries, and finally, sleek horses in the pasture of the Adair Riding School. Emilio nudges his cousin. She looks up.
Warm bloods.
Best in the world.
And Leah can ride them.
Leah turns her head as they gallop into the mist.
Leah, short for Lydian, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The woman who swallowed a star.
That's the one.
Massive ruins straddling a river loom into view.
Desmond Castle, destroyed by Cromwell in 1657.
Yeah, the bloody bastard. Don't like it much.
The castle?
Her name doesn't sound like she likes it.
Leah is just easier. I don't have to explain it.
Oh, you mean that Lydian made a baby after she swallowed the star?
Yes.
And her baby became a saint that spoke to all the animals in the forest?
Yep.
And turned well water into wine, so there was plenty for everyone. A fine saint.
A truck careens past, just missing them. Leah gasps.
Look.
Dazzling countryside as water droplets shimmer in the sun. The rain has stopped.
Be quick about it because it'll be buckling here in 10 minutes.
The cab pulls up to the 19th century Adair Manor, a Gothic extravaganza with magnificent grounds. Leah is taken back. The driver turns around to Emilio.
Now you see here, the wife nets like a wild woman. I've got enough for this life, and it won't need a thing where I'm down the skull next.
He removes his cap and hands it to Emilio, revealing a head as bald as his passengers.
We're in for some fierce cold.
He looks quizzically at Leah, who doesn't adore her name. Emilio pulls on the cap, then bows to the cabbie, hands together. Interior Adair Manor lobby, day following. Paneled high ceilings, silk curtains, chandeliers, and Persian carpets. A sign, Adair Pro-Am Golf Tournament. Elegant guests wait. Emilio and Leah at the busy front desk. An impeccably groomed male manager, 50s, assists. He seems baffled.
Mr. and Mrs. Connor?
We're cousins.
I see. One of our porters will secure your luggage and take it up.
Just the key, if that's okay.
The manager peers over the edge to two small bags. Interior Adair hotel room, day. Fresh flowers, linens, antique paintings, sofas, and marbled bathroom with a fireplace. Exquisite, expensive. The cousins wander like lost souls in paradise.
You have a mug and a bowl to your name. How are you paying for this?
Credit card. And now I can add a briefcase to my worldly goods. I got a briefcase for signing up.
And who is going to pay the credit card?
Sultana Bowles. My dad left me a bundle of pesos when he died. I guess he hoped it would make up for ignoring me while he lived. And by a bundle, I mean almost $1 million, which I figured out is $62 for every day of my life. The price of a father. I gave most of it to the monastery, but I put some aside for Jane for college. I'm using a little of that now. I didn't think Sultana would mind.
Leah sits down astonished.
I don't know what to say. Is this a surprise? You said there was going to be a surprise when we got to Ireland.
Money? Really?
He starts to laugh. He throws himself on the bed, overcome. His laugh turns into a cough.
Stop it, it's not funny.
She laughs with him. Her phone pings and she reaches for it. Close up on a text. A few people asking for refunds. Call when you get a chance. Enjoy, James. Interior conference room in hotel, afternoon. A dozen tourists savor an elaborate tea service. Plates piled high, in contrast to Emilio's plate with a few strawberries. A young waiter pours tea. Everyone is 20 years older than the two cousins. The tour director, Bridget, 50, sparkles with enthusiasm. Behind her, a map of Ireland.
I hope you're enjoying it there, but save your energy. We have many wonderful stops ahead of us, including one of the greatest pilgrimage sites in Europe.
Yeah, Knock. Crazy kind of name, isn't it? Knock?
It's Irish, from Knockmuir, the Hill of Mary. Said to be a place of miracles just here.
She points to a town on the map. Leah glances at Emilio, who nods and gestures to the two of them, indicating this is Evelyn's hometown. Leah appears unimpressed. Bridget weaves a spell.
The story goes that nearly 130 years ago, villagers saw what they swore was a vision of Mary and the saints Joseph and John. It was a dark, wet night, but they stood in the rain for hours, marveling at the three figures bathed in light near the wall of their small church. Mary wore a large crown of gold with a rose at her forehead, and angels danced around her.
At this moment, a sickening crunch. Leah glances down to see her glasses on the floor. The waiter has stepped on them. She slips under the table.
Knock has since become the site of many reported scares.
Leah picks up her glasses only to have the glass fall apart into many pieces.
They should have been in my purse.
She tries picking up the bits of glass.
Everything all right?
Leah leans out to answer and bangs her head on the table.
Everything's fine.
The waiter looks relieved. Emilio gently pats Leah's head. Interior Adair Manor lobby, front desk, day. 3 employees are madly busy assisting guests as Leah speaks with the manager who checked them in.
You didn't bring a spare?
No.
No spare?
No.
Well, What with the weekend and 3 days turnaround, you could have a pair by Wednesday.
I'm leaving Wednesday. Ireland. I can only see to that window and really nothing past that.
It's just a bunch of grain and cows.
His mother looks pained. A bell dings. The manager is harried. A dimpled woman, Emma, 20, steps in.
Maybe I can help.
The manager attempts to stop her, but
Back in 2 shakes.
she walks off briskly, a pretty little imp in a hotel uniform. Leah trails behind. Interior hotel storage room day. The dingy room is loaded with boxes and bins, which Emma moves around and peers into as she cheerfully chatters away in a sweet, squeaky voice.
You can't imagine what people leave behind. I always say to myself, Emma, you'll never be this surprised again. And then I am.
She shoves a box of prosthetic legs toward Leah and continues digging.
I haven't gone through all the boxes, but goodness, the things that have turned up since I've been here. Look at this diary.
She hands Leah a journal.
Why I love salad.
And he goes on for 80 pages. Oh, found him.
She places a box on a table and opens it to reveal piles of women's eyeglasses.
Might be something here that would work. Well, that's a lovely necklace. I wouldn't mind if that got left behind. Not that I'd keep it.
Leah fingers the large pendant.
Something I bought when I was sad. Didn't help.
She turns her attention to the glasses. She tries on a pair.
Okay, let's see. Or not. Oh my God.
Then Leah pulls out a filigreed gold frame with pearls and tiny rhinestones and puts them on. She looks around, actually seeing. She wanders to a dusty mirror. In the reflection, the glasses are comically lopsided. She shakes her head.
Oh, but you look a fine thing. Really.
Emma struts around like a woman who owns her style, stopping when the manager swings the door open. He glares.
Madam?
She scurries off, giving Leah a thumbs up at the door. Leah adjusts the glasses in the mirror. They fit, and they do have a certain charm. Tentatively, she affects a pose, studying herself in the dusty glass. Her phone rings.
This is Leah. Oh, thanks for getting back to me. I was hoping you could put our event in the calendar section and... What? No, it's a fundraiser and Sterling Hunter... Excuse me? No comment.
Interior Adair hotel room day immediately after. Leah, jeweled glasses on her forehead, shares her sense of outrage as Emilio practices yoga, yin and yang.
Carol called the newspapers and the Chronicles ran a story. Some of the parents are planning a protest. But he is just a guy who wrote a book for his grandkid. Jesus.
You keep saying that, which means you're not sure.
I'm not. What if they're right?
She opens the mini fridge and pulls out a candy bar.
$30?
She returns the candy bar.
Some hotels charge you if you move anything. I mean, they have sensors. And what if I have to pay for that?
Emilio stops his yoga, takes the candy bar, unwraps it, and hands it to Leah. They sit on the sofa as Leah eats her candy.
Tell me, who suffers if Sterling Hunter comes?
Nobody. But people have been hurt because of what he believes in.
You don't know what he believes in.
Yeah, I just wish it was salad. Never mind.
Look, there is the man who owns guns and the man who wrote something from love. Who do you choose?
Too easy.
Maybe so. But thinking you are on the side of right action does not mean you get to be a bully.
Me?
No. The ones who will not let a grandfather read his book. Why don't you find those horses we passed at the riding school?
I'm exhausted.
You slept on the plane. I chose this place because of the horses.
You want to come?
I would, but I have a date with destiny.
I'm not even asking. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Are you okay? Have a nice destiny.
She exits. Emilio opens his arms to the sky. Exterior Adair Equestrian Center Arena day. Several young riders in immaculate riding dressage practice small jumps with an instructor, a man in boots, dirty jeans, and sweater. Late 30s smoothly takes the higher jumps on a sleek mare as Leah looks on. This is Finn McCarthy, Irish, intense, and serious, with kind eyes. Finn hops off and exits the arena. He removes his helmet, revealing a shock of auburn hair before striding confidently towards the barn with his horse. Leah continues watching the young riders. One of them, a girl close to Jane's age, twice comes up short at the jump. Leah calls out to her.
Push your hips forward.
The instructor glances at the stranger giving advice. Self-conscious, Leah wanders off, unsure of herself. She turns around in time to see the young rider sail over the jump. 5 horses are tied up at the stalls. Leah notices one of them is not tied, the lead rope hanging over the railing. She walks over. Exterior stalls day immediately after. Leah quickly fashions a substantial knot. Finn McCarthy appears with his tack grooming kit.
I never tie her up. She's bomb-proof.
Oh, I just thought...
No, I appreciate it.
He begins with the curry brush. Leah watches longingly.
She's stunning.
She is, but she's not mine. Do you ride?
I used to. I had an Arab.
Complicated creatures.
Best ones are. Do you need any help?
Yeah, mind your toes.
Leah grabs a comb and works on the mare's thick tail.
What brings you here?
My cousin. He's looking for his roots. Sure you've never heard that before.
Once or twice. I'm up at the manor for a wedding.
That's where we're staying.
You been to Dublin yet?
On the way out. We should have a few hours.
That's all. Well, sit on a bench and watch the levee. Dublin's as much a place of being as doing. A lot of ghosts wandering the river. Ghosts everywhere, really.
Now Leah takes a picking tool and expertly cleans the hoof.
Seen much of the old sod yet?
And we're only here till Wednesday. On tour.
My sympathies.
It's all we could manage. My cousin isn't well.
Finn studies Leah earnestly cleaning the hooves. A sadness about her. He makes a decision.
I've got tomorrow. I could ride early and then, if you like, I can take you and your cousin off the beaten path. Finn McCarthy.
Beneath the mare's belly, Leah shakes his hand.
Leah Walker. And my cousin is a monk.
Brilliant.
A Buddhist monk.
Better still. I teach philosophy at Trinity College. Buddhism interests me.
You won't get much out of Emilio. He's kind of like Dublin. He's more about being.
Finn's smile makes him instantly more attractive.
Say 10 o'clock. In that ridiculous overwrought lobby.
Are you sure? You don't even know us.
You could be related. And what's more important, family.
They both reach to stroke the horse's muzzle. Finn gives way to Leah. He slips the mare a cookie from his pocket. Interior pub day. A football game plays on the corner television in the dark room, sound on. Photos from the Great War, vintage bottles on shelves, and a wall of tweed caps evoke another era. 4 local men gather. The door opens. All turn to Emilio in his red robes and knitted cap. To the bartender.
How are you?
Surviving. What do you have?
A glass of water. Tonic water?
He slides onto a bar stool. The bartender serves him. A battered Wellington boot hangs above Emilio.
Where's the other one?
Don't know. Been there since before I was born.
Emilio nurses his water, not part of the gang. Suddenly, everyone's attention shifts to the football game. Close up on the television. A player makes a fast break up the left side. Defenders give chase. The goalie moves to cover the near post as the player crosses the ball beyond the goalie's reach. The men cheer, then groan when the ball continues out of bounds.
The back door was wide open. That striker should have made a run for the far post.
Clear as day.
The men exchange looks. This monk knows the game.
What part of the parish are you from?
Last name's Connor.
I'm an O'Connor. There's millions of us.
He reaches over and shakes Emilio's hand.
Doolin Branch.
Knock.
Ah, sure. Famous with the tourists.
Have you been?
Me? Nah.
People go to be saved, you know. Healed.
Are they?
The question stumps them. Then,
Years ago, me auntie went and her cataracts got better. But then she died of the cancer.
the bearded man stares hard at Emilio.
You never know, though, do you? There's all kinds of stories. All kinds.
Have you heard the one about the farmer and his pigs?
Maybe we have, and maybe we haven't. You'd better tell us. Round on me, John.
Emilio settles into his heritage, his date with destiny.
There was a farmer who had 4 pigs. On market day, he took the first pig to the market and sold it, and then returned for the second pig and sold it, and finally he made the trips back and forth for the 3rd and 4th pigs and sold them. And his friends said, "Why didn't you take all the pigs together and sell them? That was such a waste of time." And the farmer said, "Well, and what's time to a pig?"
Emilio laughs, and the men join him. He begins to cough and grabs his water, waving off their concern.
Now then, there was a priest driving down a country road when a policeman pulls him over, sees a bottle on the floor, and...
His voice fades out. Interior Finn's Mini Cooper the next morning. Finn whips the car along the winding road through a desolate but dramatic landscape of limestone rock alive with light and shadow. Leah stares out the window.
This is the only place in the world where the Mediterranean and Arctic plants grow side by side. And nobody can explain why. An enigma if you like that sort of thing.
Emilio would.
Sorry he's not well.
He's just tired. Too much fun at the pub. He says he got drunk on jokes.
Finn smiles and watches her gazing at the wild beauty beyond her window, her fingers wrapped around her moonstone pendant.
Where's home for you when you're not wandering this savage land with a strange man? And I mean that in the most literal sense.
California. About 40 miles north of San Francisco.
Oh, the city. Fantastic place. I keep threatening to take a lectureship at Berkeley.
And really, and you don't because...
Oh, I can never leave. I'm ensorcelled. Bewitched. And I'm going to show you why. But now I need to know if you're the Old Testament Leah of the tender eyes or the Leah of the myth.
Myth. Our cab driver knew that.
He would. We're a literate lot. We did save civilization.
So I've heard. Hiding all those books during the Middle Ages.
Yes, we're good at saving books. And miserable at saving souls. Mainly because they don't need saving. Are you married?
Now there's a jump.
Bad habit.
I was. He died.
That's a lot to say in 4 words.
You're not married.
No. No, but I have loved. If that counts.
It's all that counts.
The vibrant mood turns bittersweet. Interior hotel bathroom day. Emilio inspects his ashen face in the mirror. He struggles towards the bed, breathing heavily. He reaches the sofa and lowers himself to the ground, coughing terribly. Forcing himself, he extends his arms, middle fingers and thumbs touching, eyes closed. The healing pose. Exterior burn day later. Leah and Finn walk in the wonderland of primitive beauty. She drinks it in, deeply content. Finn notices.
The spell I cannot break. You like the silence?
Doesn't everyone?
Oh, God, no. Some people need to fill it up so they don't feel alone, when really there's so much waiting in the quiet. With yourself for company.
My 7-year-old would like you. Jane.
A compliment.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, I was driving her and a friend on a field trip. And after an hour of chatting, she said, "Why don't we just look out the window and enjoy our own thoughts?" I actually like to talk.
So do I. Too much. I want a relationship as much as solitude. Non-overlapping magisteria. But if I ever got married, it wouldn't be in a hotel with marble floors. It'd be here, in my sacred space. Which probably sounds like a load of pretentious old bollocks.
My sacred space is a barn.
Now Finn stops. The wind murmurs.
Close your eyes. Do you hear anything?
I hear voices, and they're saying, non-overlapping magisteria. And I wonder what it means.
Finn is flustered, not used to being teased.
It's the idea that religion and science each have their own value. I use it to describe opposites.
I like peanut butter and jelly.
That'd be a first.
Finn smiles in spite of himself.
How about an origin story?
I thought you'd never ask.
She sits on a rock and makes room for Finn.
This is a favorite. So, our Celtic ancestors were lovers of wisdom and makers of beautiful things. The supernatural to our day. They all lived in peace until the day when invaders came across the sea, bent on destroying them. 2 times against all odds, our tribe fought off the invaders. However, when a 3rd battle looked inevitable, they knew they were doomed. There are hundreds of warriors against thousands.
He rises and gestures to the valley below.
I imagine them here, riding out to fight with swords drawn, flags waving. They gathered at the bottom of the valley, and as the hordes moved towards them with their terrible weapons, our tribe turned sideways into the light and disappeared. Something to eat.
Leah is smitten.
I love that story.
He hands her a sandwich, silence between them.
And this would be a perfect place for a wedding. Convenient, too.
Convenient?
Well, if you had second thoughts, you could just step into the light and disappear.
Making fun of the divine.
No, it's beautiful.
You're bang on. I'm too serious sometimes.
Oh, you'll have to fight me for that. Emilio says I've got the market cornered.
I wouldn't have thought so. Especially with those glasses. But you're quite fetching.
They're for distance, and they're not mine.
Intriguing. A woman who wears glasses that aren't hers. Well, I like them, seriously.
They share a moment. Her phone rings. She glances at the number.
The moral dilemma of modern existence.
Her phone rings on. He holds her gaze. The ringing stops. Finn produces 2 plastic glasses and pours red wine into each, handing one to Leah. He raises his glass.
Welcome home, Leah. We've missed you.
Leah looks genuinely happy. Interior William's room night. QVC on the television. The sound is off. William sits on his couch studying the photos Leah left, painstakingly writing on the backs. He hums tunelessly. On the TV, 2 women giddily sell baby clothes. He pauses to pump the tail of a wooden moose sitting on the table. Chocolate candy pellets fall from its bottom. Another QVC purchase. He eats a few. William picks up the photo we recognize as Evelyn, his mother. He shakes his head and sighs, closes his eyes, remembering something painful. He carefully puts the photo back, hand trembling. He takes the box and lumbers unsteadily towards the bookcase. Then William trips on a rug and goes down. The box flies from his arms. Photos spill everywhere. William lies still, unconscious, surrounded by the past. Interior Adair Hotel Room, day. From the window, Emilio watches a falconer with a peregrine falcon make a breathtaking landing. He fingers the red stone from his grandmother. Leah and Finn move into view, engaged in conversation. They shake hands and go their separate ways. Emilio looks pleased, then begins coughing. He heads towards the bed. Interior Adair Hotel Room, day. Emilio lies on his bed as Leah fiddles with her phone.
I only wish you could have been there, but he wants to meet for tea after the wedding. I mean, we should have time maybe before the tour leaves and maybe in Dublin. Are you all right?
Yeah, I just had a little trouble breathing.
What?
I called down for some oxygen.
Oxygen?
They have everything else here.
Why didn't you call me? I would have come straight back.
They found a doctor, and by the time he got here, it passed.
Oh. What did he say?
A sharp knock at the door. Leah opens it to Dr. McGill, 60, stern-looking, followed by the tour director, Bridget. She appears worried, extending his hand.
I'm Dr. McGill. You are his cousin?
Yes.
This man has no business traveling. He's very ill.
But he was fine when we left. Fine-ish.
We wouldn't have accepted him if we'd known about his illness.
But people travel with oxygen. I've seen them with those little tanks.
They do, but not when they're as compromised as your cousin here.
I feel much better now.
I'm afraid we can't accept the responsibility. Our insurance, it took some doing, but I've arranged for a flight out tomorrow. Aer Lingus, they're expecting your call.
I don't want to go. Leah.
Her phone is ringing. She checks the number.
I have to take this. This is Leah. He did? Great. My dad fell.
Bridget makes a sign of the cross.
Let's check your blood oxygen again.
He pulls the equipment from his bag.
He didn't break anything. He's okay.
Good fortune. Everyone's okay.
Mr. Neely, just tell him my mother is traveling and he'll see her soon. How do you know where my mother is? You don't. Not really. And how do you know we won't be seeing her? Listen, there are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Ever hear that, Mr. Neely? Then tell him I'll be home.
The doctor and Bridget exchange a glance.
He's stable now, but he needs his own doctors caring for him. And the sooner, the better. That was a fine bit with the Shakespeare.
It was lost on Mr. Neely.
Your plane leaves in the afternoon. Rest until then. Good luck, man.
He shakes Emilio's hand. Emilio looks crushed. Exterior hallway day immediately after. Dr. McGill and Bridget walk together.
Poor fella. Will he be all right?
We can't predict those things now, can we?
No, we cannot. Do you know there are some who say Shakespeare was Irish?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Exterior walled garden of Adair Manor the next morning. A bustling scene as a wedding is set up. White folding chairs are opened while workers arrange a lush floral bower. Interior Adair hotel room day. Emilio sits cross-legged on a silk sofa. Leah paces.
They can't force me to leave.
They did. We are officially off the tour.
She begins packing up.
Why is everything so hard?
It isn't.
It's not just you. It's my dad, too. And
She sighs and continues to pack, grabbing Evelyn's stone and tossing it in her purse. Emilio reaches for his phone and punches in a number. Jane appears on FaceTime.
Emilio,
Sultana, how are your red toes?
I love them. Josh says they look like little hearts.
Leah rushes over and shoves herself in.
hi, honey. I miss you.
I'm having so much fun. You know what? The dog gets to sit at the table. The dog, Mommy.
Wow.
A dog barks in the background.
It's dinner time. Eric says to say hello. So hello and goodbye. Goodbye, Emilio.
She disappears from the screen. Emilio turns off the phone. The two cousins look at each other. Leah puts her face close.
You won't die on me.
I could ask you the same question.
Okay, now that we're clear, you're certain you can do this?
Emilio goes into his deep thinking pose.
Stay here.
She marches out of the room. Interior Adair Manor front desk day. The manager is busy with guests, as is Emma and another employee. At last, it's Leah's turn.
Madam?
I'd like to book a private car.
For?
Knock.
I was under the...
We're going to finish the trip. You can't make me leave the country.
All the private taxis are taken. And the private cars too. Between the wedding and the tournament, every vehicle is booked for the next 24 hours. I'm terribly sorry.
He turns to a well-heeled guest with his expensive luggage and golf paraphernalia, not sorry at all.
A grand set of clubs.
Then we'll be staying the night and leaving in the morning.
Emma glances over. The manager is hugely annoyed.
We've been fielding calls since 8 a.m. There's not a room to be had in all of Adair, including here. You'll have to leave.
Emma studies her petty boss, who catches her and frowns. Leah, defeated, wanders across the lobby to the windows. A trickle of gorgeously attired wedding guests stroll into view. The ceremony is over. Flower girls chase the ring bearer. Leah scans the crowd. Where is Finn? The fairy tale bride and groom appear. Leah anxiously reaches for her necklace. Then she pulls her glasses down and takes a sharp look. Immediately behind the newly married couple walks a priest in a simple white garment, waist cinched with a red rope. It is Finn. Shocked, Leah watches as the photographer leads Finn and the happy couple away to take pictures. Interior Adair hotel room day. Now Leah sits on the sofa as Emilio slowly paces.
Uber?
It's not the same here. You have to be a taxi driver.
How about a cab from Dublin?
Nobody can guarantee one today. And what about the day after? Well, you need a private car.
The bus?
And sit next to a sick kid? No.
I could get another mask.
No. I did everything I could. But at the end of the day, we're out of choices. And at the beginning of the day and the middle of the day, we're going straight to the Mayo Clinic, and when you're better, we'll come back.
She rises and finishes packing. Emilio opens his small suitcase and begins folding his few things. Leah turns around and watches him. He looks defeated, as if he's taken a step closer to death. She has never seen this side of him. It bothers her. She walks to the desk and opens the leather Adair Manor guest book, flipping through pages, searching for something. A gentle knock at the door.
Probably the maids. We'll be gone soon.
Another knock. Exasperated, she crosses to the door and flings it open to Emma, the maids with their cart behind her.
Emma, when is the next shuttle to the airport?
About 5 minutes. I wanted to tell you my brother might have a car. Well, not a car exactly, and I'm not even sure if it's running.
Okay, thanks. Can you help my cousin to the lobby and take my bag?
Interior bus day. Jammed with tourists and luggage, Leah sits next to an American man in a backwards baseball cap.
Enjoy your stay?
Not yet.
Shannon Airport looms into view.
You're kind of running out of time.
Interior Shannon Airport day. Leah stands at the counter of Budget Rent-A-Car, the last in a row of car rental agencies. A young male agent, 20s, regards her curiously as he chews his gum.
Nobody has any cars.
The agent shrugs.
How can you not have enough cars?
Supply and demand, maybe.
No, you're saying there's exactly the number of rentals for exactly the number of people who need them and none left over.
I'm not saying that, but I will if it makes you feel better.
She groans and walks away. Then she stops, pulls her phone out, and makes a call. Interior Adair Manor lobby day. Emma is behind the desk as the phone rings. She picks it up.
Adair Manor, this is Emma. How may I assist you?
It's Leah Walker. Did you say something about your brother and a car?
Emma looks over at her manager and smiles. Exterior Adair Manor late afternoon, parked amid the Mercedes, BMWs, limos, and taxis. A battered 1948 green Ford flatbed. Chunks of peat cling to the wooden rails. Painted on the side, Gallivan's hauling. Emma opens the door for Emilio. Her lanky brother, late 20s, chats up Leah.
Key here, gas there.
He points to a holy card stuck to the dash, a medieval woman.
St. Francis, patron saint of drivers. You'll need her. And be sure when you're getting on the motorway, you have a good go at it. Foot down hard. Yeah?
Leah nods, hands him a wad of cash, and gets in. Emma's brother slams the door.
Let me know where you park at the airport.
I'll text you.
Emma looks gratefully at her big brother, who salutes Leah. The two walk away.
Emma!
Leah motions her over, takes her hand, places something in it, and closes her fingers. Then she puts the truck in gear and eases out of the parking area. Interior Ford truck day continuous.
You really know how to drive this?
It's how we won the war.
Exterior Adair Manor Hotel day. A delighted Emma holds Leah's moonstone necklace. Interior Ford day. Emilio consults a huge map as Leah stares straight ahead, jaw clenched.
You're quiet.
I'm meditating.
Emilio laughs.
Now I know something's wrong. What?
Nothing. When I was in the lobby, I saw Finn McCarthy at the wedding. He's a priest.
He didn't mention that? Did he see you?
Seems like something you'd lead with.
Did you tell him you worked at the Woodland School?
No.
Well, maybe it wasn't that kind of day. Why should we start with what we do instead of who we are?
Like you?
Hey, we all look the same at the monastery. You liked him.
I liked myself when I was with him.
Then he was a good priest.
A nod of agreement from Leah. Interior Adair Manor lobby day. Finn looks dashing in slacks and a sports coat. He waits near the cozy fireplace, scanning the crowd and checking his watch. Interior Adair Manor front desk day. A male associate looks up as Finn approaches. Emma assists a couple checking in.
I'd like to leave a message for one of your guests, Leah Walker.
Certainly, sir. Miss Walker is checked out.
I thought the tour left this evening.
Oh, she's not on the tour. She and Amelia O'Connor flew back to the States today.
What?
That's what my notes say.
Is there a forwarding address?
The hotel can't share personal information. Not even with you.
Okay. Thanks.
He walks off uncertain. Then he spins around. From his point of view, a close-up on the moonstone necklace on Emma's neck. Interior Adair Manor lobby day. Emma and Finn huddle near the front desk.
Oh, no, sir. She didn't go home. She has a truck, and she's driving it to Knock. I'm worried about the cousin. He looks like he ma did.
Your ma.
There's something in the eyes. A light.
Do you know where they're staying?
I only know they were stopping somewhere and then on to Knock tomorrow. It's a great green truck. Real old. And it says Holin on the side. It wouldn't be hard to spot.
Finn points to her necklace.
Do you know that's a moonstone?
Is it?
Yes. Stone of infinite possibility.
The manager appears, walking across the lobby.
Oh, Mrs. Hurleyshaw.
Emma bolts behind the desk. Finn stands in the lobby uncertain. Behind him, a full suit of knight's armor. Interior Ford truck twilight. Leah's truck crawls along a country road. Emilio rests.
The sun is going down.
Yet again.
The fields turn flaming emerald. It is misting heavily.
I don't want to be driving at night.
We're almost there. 30 minutes.
It's not almost there. How many kilometers?
15. If we hadn't taken the wrong turn on the roundabout.
I've never seen a roundabout.
Nobody's blaming you. You're doing great.
Amelia, we shouldn't be driving in the rain.
We're okay.
But it's really coming down.
Emilio looks out the window through the downpour. Exterior Ford truck twilight. Low stone walls hem them in. There is no turnout. Interior Ford truck twilight following. Leah rubs her eyeglasses lenses with her sleeve. Emilio.
We can't pull over.
Now a car speeds directly towards them. Bright headlights. Leah clutches the wheel. The car whooshes past, inches away. The sun disappears below the horizon. Leah's eyes fill with tears and spill down her cheeks. Emilio leans across and wipes her face with his red robe.
Nothing's going to happen. Keep driving.
Exterior countryside twilight. In the deepening night, a signpost illuminated by headlights cutting through the falling rain. Dromoland. Interior Ford truck twilight. Leah hunches over the wheel, hanging on.
Turn right.
From their point of view, Dromoland Castle. An ancient turreted stone edifice and 5-star hotel. Hundreds of windows glow. A reflection in the lake shimmers like an enchanted palace. Leah pulls over astonished. Emilio enjoys her reaction.
Our B&B?
He nods. She takes a deep breath. She made it. Interior Dromoland Castle Library Pub night. A busy scene as patrons of all ages enjoy an exuberant young band jamming, traditional but edgy music, fiddle, guitar, accordion, flute, and Irish drum. In the crowd, Emilio and Leah, glamorous in silk blouse and black pants. Emilio taps his thigh, loving the music. Leah stares out the long window, disengaged.
Look any different from here?
No.
Our next song is so lovely. Both Ireland and Scotland claim it as their own. But the truth is, it belongs to us all.
On this tune, we ask for a little bit of help from the audience. Anyone?
Emilio raises his hand. Leah is amused. Of course he would.
You, sir!
Oh, not me. My cousin. She loves music.
No, that's okay.
Do we look like the sort you take no? Come on up.
As the audience encourages her, Leah awkwardly steps to the stage.
Your name?
Leah.
He picks up a tambourine.
Can you do a beat like this, Leah?
She nods as he gently taps a 1-2 beat.
Right then, a round of applause for Leah on tambourine.
The crowd claps enthusiastically. Leah wants to disappear.
Come in on the chorus.
The young flautist steps forward to sing the haunting ballad Wild Mountain Time. A hushed room as the woman croons, otherworldly, in a halo of auburn hair.
Oh, the summertime is coming, and the leaves are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? If my true love he won't go, I will surely find another to pluck wild mountain thyme. All around the blooming heather will ye go, lassie, go.
And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme. All around the blooming heather will ye go, lassie, go. And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme.
All around the blooming heather will ye go, lassie, go. Let us go, lassie, go.
Interior Eric's house night. Eric reads a legal brief in the family room as the television blares. He looks up.
Elsewhere in Sonoma County, there's a different fire burning, an ideological conflagration between Sterling Hunter, legendary actor and former NRA president, and parents of the private Woodland School. Jean Miyake has the story.
Carol and Andrea, I understand you're leading the protest against Sterling Hunter, who is scheduled to make an appearance here at the elementary school.
Gun violence is out of control, and we need to take a stand. All of us. We have to save our children.
Eric snaps off the television as Joshua and Jane walk in. Exterior countryside day. Brown cows graze in a pasture. Nearby, crumbling ruins and a few Celtic stone crosses among ancient headstones. Leah's truck is parked alongside the road. Interior Ford truck day. Emilio consults the map. Dark circles under his eyes.
Maybe check your phone.
I would if I had a signal. So much for the scenic route.
She gently takes the map and examines it, frowning.
I always feel like I'm driving north. Every direction, north.
Even if the sun is on your right?
Means nothing.
Impressive. Okay, if we stay on this road, we should get to Ballintubber, and then we can cut over.
Ballintubber?
Yeah, St. Patrick did baptisms there, thousands of them. And the stone well is worn away where he put his knee.
Leah tries to generate enthusiasm.
Let's go there. Who needs knock?
I do.
But how many people can say, I went to Ballintubber instead of knock in the history of the world?
Emilio doesn't want to play. He looks out the window.
Emilio, we only have one more day.
It's important to me.
I get it, but things don't always work out as planned.
Did you really just say that? I'm willing to be lost if it means I reach my destination.
A Zen koan? Leah thinks this over.
We can't be more than an hour away if we find the road.
Okay, onwards.
She starts the engine. Suddenly, they hear a god-awful shriek. From their point of view, on the pasture, a cow is down, struggling to stand and falling.
Stay here.
She exits and hurries over, hopping the low wall. From Emilio's point of view, the cow kicks out at Leah, who nimbly dodges it. She runs to the edge of the field, calling loudly.
Hello? Hello? Anyone around? Hello?
She jogs back to the car, around to Emilio's window.
She's pregnant.
Exterior pasture day later, Emilio taps firmly on the cow's head. Leah has her arm up the cow.
I can feel a hoof and a leg. That's good. Sometimes they're turned around. When she's young, probably her first baby.
You're full of surprises.
I hung around a barn for 10 years. Keep tapping, it's comforting.
The cow groans again. Emilio pulls back, alarmed.
She's having a baby, and I don't want to leave her. Are you okay?
He nods, regarding the now curious cows surrounding them.
I'll get to know the family if I come back as a cow.
Exterior pasture day continuous. Mesmerizing cloud formations. Leah massages the cow as Emilio lies on the grass staring up. His point of view, a plane appears tracking across the sky, then disappears into a cloud bank.
Too bad you couldn't say goodbye to Finn.
Finn?
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, I'm not the goodbye type. It's funny. Why do we always say things are funny when they're not?
She sighs and strokes the laboring cow.
Gypsy died when I was in college. Then she got dragged off by the knacker. I hate to think about it. I hate the word knacker. And I miss my mother's death, which is so unfair. Said Leah, petting a cow.
You tried hard to get there. It wasn't your fault.
What about Mark?
What about him?
He wasn't sick. He just wanted to make me happy, and he hit a telephone pole instead. Because I was tired and I felt like being mad. It runs in the family.
That's a high place to fall from.
What do you mean?
If everyone we cared about died when we were upset, there'd be nobody left. Sorry, but you don't get to control fate.
Yeah.
Leah, look at me, cousin. You want to know what runs in the family? This loving kindness. If you have to judge yourself by a single moment, choose this.
Another moan from the cow. Leah takes a peek.
Oh, here it comes.
The calf makes an entrance, feet first.
Hello, you. Welcome to the world.
The calf pants on the ground. As he did with Leah, Emilio wipes the calf's eyes with his robe. This time he is crying. Leah is moved by his emotion. She strokes his arm. Emilio collects himself.
Just one more thing.
Nothing serious.
No. Only that I'm having trouble breathing again.
Leah reacts. Interior Finn McCarthy's Mini Cooper day. Wearing headphones, Finn dictates a lecture and drives.
Now then, consider this setup. 1, if A is true, then B is true. 2, B is true. 3, therefore A is true. While the premise may be true, the conclusion is not a necessary consequence of the premise. This is called a non sequitur, which is Latin for does not follow.
A road sign appears listing cities in English and Irish, arrows heading in every direction. Knock points to the left and Dublin straight ahead. Finn drives on. Then he pulls into a field and stops the car.
Bollocks.
He removes his headphones, considers, then makes a call.
Stefan, Finn here. I need you to cover my lecture tomorrow. 11 o'clock. I'll square it with you with a truly exciting amount of Guinness. It's important, Stefan. Thanks.
Logic be damned, he will follow. He spins around and turns where the road splits, to knock. Exterior modest doctor's office day. The door opens. Leah exits and gets into the parked truck where Emilio rests with his eyes closed. Interior Ford truck day.
They don't have any oxygen. Not to sell. We have to go to Sligo.
That's the wrong direction.
Leah shrugs. She looks down the road to a half dozen boats in a tiny harbor. A dinghy is tied alongside a red sailboat. A diver wearing a scuba tank and holding a large brush jumps overboard and disappears.
How far is the next town on the ocean?
Westport, about 15 kilometers.
Leah glances back at the boat settling on a green sloop, Molly's Folly. She starts up the engine.
Get us to Westport.
Exterior Westport day, quaint, with hanging baskets of flowers next to the Tourist Information Center, a sidewalk sign, winner of the Tidy Town competition. Interior Tourist Information Center day. Tourists jam the place, overwhelming the employee. Leah sees a gigantic map on the wall. A red "You Are Here" indicates location. She orients herself in the room, standing in several directions, then checks the map. She peeks outside the door at the car, then returns to the map and studies it. Exterior Clue Bay day. A spectacular stretch of ocean and islands. Leah's truck appears along the road to the marina. Interior Boating Marina office day. Brendan, 70, stout and weathered, sits behind a beat-up counter mending a blue nylon net. Tackle and fishing gear line the shelves. Leah enters.
Hello. I need a couple of tanks of air. You rent them, don't you?
Not for the hell of it, I don't.
I'm helping a friend. He's cleaning up the bottom of his boat.
What boat might that be?
Molly's Folly.
Oh, Chris Murphy's boat.
Oh, you know him.
Used to. Till he sailed through the pearly gates last spring.
He confronts Leah. She's busted.
It's a long story.
Brendan grabs a beer from beneath the counter, opens it, and returns to his chair, waiting.
It's not that long. I'm with my cousin, and he's sick, lung cancer. But he wants to see Knock, where our family's from, and he can't breathe very well. We've been thrown off the tour, and we just need 2 days.
And you think driving tanks are going to help? Jesus.
He points to the tanks.
That's compressed air. Your cousin's wanting oxygen. Mother of God, I finally at long last heard it all.
He looks beyond Leah, curious his point of view. Emilio wobbles towards the office, robes billowing in the gusting wind. Then he crumples slowly to the ground. Leah rushes out the door. Brendan picks up a wall phone.
It's me. Bring over 4 of the portables and all the gear. Don't ask. Just bring it. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Interior boating marina office day later. Emilio sits in a folding chair with plastic sniffers in his nose and oxygen tank in his lap. His cheek is scraped. He smiles at Leah and Brendan, color returned to his face.
Sure don't want to change out of the dress. I got some extra pants and a sweater here. Might be warmer.
I wear this in all weather, but I am grateful.
It's a ground cap.
It's from here.
He takes it off and examines it, looking vulnerable with his bald head exposed.
I read that each family had different stitch, so sailors who drowned could be identified.
Brendan glances heavenwards.
I only thought I heard it all. Pure tourist malarkey. Look, the missus and me are just down the road. You'd better stop here the night. Knock can wait.
Leah sees that Emilio is relieved.
Well, thank you. If it's not too much trouble, we'll pay for it.
You won't, no.
I have to pay you something.
Learn to tell a decent story.
Interior Ford day. Emilio wears the plastic sniffers as Leah drives behind Brendan's white pickup, loaded with nets.
Oxygen tastes so sweet, the breath of life right here. And yet we carry 2 tanks around and never even think about it. Lungs.
How can he be so calm? Poetic even. After passing out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And now we're driving to a complete stranger's house in a truck that hauls peat.
What's the difference between a stranger and a complete stranger?
Annoyed, Leah turns on the radio.
I worried you.
She reacts to this understatement.
We'll be home soon. Forgive me.
Only if you don't say, top of the morning. Just cross it off your list. Nobody says that here. It's made up.
It is.
Straight out of Hollywood, so no top of the morning. You'll upset Brendan.
She focuses on the road, feeling better. Emilio looks away amused. She notices and playfully and gently smacks him. Brendan signals to turn into a driveway to a cottage with red shutters and a riotous garden. Interior Brendan's living room day. Whitewashed walls and simple furnishings create a coziness lacking at the expensive hotels. Leah sips from a brandy glass before a fire where a heavy black kettle hangs. Brendan appears with a bottle of brandy and pours generously into her glass. Leah glances up to a sepia photo of a fisherman and his wife. Irish Gothic, circa 1930, both with grim, unflinching gazes.
Parents of the wife.
They look so authentic.
Well, they were, yeah. Authentic Egypts. 12 kids. Hardly a piece of bread for any of them.
His sweet-faced wife, Kathleen, 70s, appears.
It wasn't their fault, Brendan.
What was it? The Holy Spirit.
Tea?
Emilio bows from the bookcase wearing his oxygen pack.
You sit down.
Emilio obliges, landing next to a table piled with books. Kathleen pours tea.
Were you close to them, your parents?
What an idea. Him with all the boats and her with all the babies. And him drunk half the time. No, we weren't close, but sure they did their best.
12 times.
And if they hadn't, we might not be here enjoying each other.
True enough, Kathleen. True enough.
He pats her hand affectionately. This is old patter. Leah reaches for her necklace, gone now, and rubs her chest. She glances at Emilio, absorbed in a book. He holds it up.
Outside the church and inside God.
Oh, now there's some reading.
By Finn McCarthy.
Leah rises, jostling the table. Emilio hands her the book. Close up on the back cover, a serious-looking Finn in slacks and a blazer.
I tell you and him. Not many would tell the church to feck off.
He didn't.
Now, missus, you all know what happened. And hindtime it was.
He reaches for the brandy.
Brendan, love.
He grabs a scone instead.
What happened?
Oh, I've got to see to the dinner. Can we leave it a tick?
Emilio picks up another book as Kathleen exits.
Nets, how to make, mend, and preserve them.
Ah, the net book. Saved me many a time. Many a time.
He's not a priest anymore?
Yes and no. He's gone back to the old ways, the Celtic ways, when a man wasn't forbidden love. For Christ's sake.
Now Leah's phone rings.
It's Jane, my daughter.
Exterior Brendan's house night. A heavy fog has rolled in, close up on Jane's unhappy face.
Hey, you.
Oh, Mommy, I feel sad.
What's wrong? Are you at school?
Yeah, it's recess. Some of the kids said I don't belong here.
What? You belong anywhere you want.
They said I only get to come here because you work here, because you don't have any money to pay the school. Are we poor?
Leah grabs onto the side of the green truck.
No, sweetheart. I do work at Woodland to help pay for school because you're happy there. And when you're making someone happy, it doesn't work.
Even when other parents are mean to you?
They're not mean. Not really. People, our friends, have bad days. You know, we all do.
Jane's not buying it.
When are you coming home?
Day after tomorrow. Late.
The recess bell rings.
I gotta go, Mommy. Bye.
Jane.
She disappears from the screen. Leah kisses the phone, bereft and tipsy. She tosses back the brandy and glances up. Leah's point of view. Standing on the front porch, an elegant black-haired woman wearing a blouse with a polka dot bow. We recognize her from the family photos, the ghost of her grandmother, Evelyn. The fog enshrouds her.
Evelyn, is that you?
Evelyn nods. Leah turns away, shocked, takes a few deep breaths, clutching her empty glass. This can't be happening. She turns back. The porch is empty. Leah collects herself, sighing deeply. She looks at Jane's photo on the phone screensaver as she crosses the garden. Halfway to the house, she looks up. Evelyn stands at the top of the steps, faintly illuminated, a wraith. Leah gasps.
Jesus, why are you here?
Evelyn extends her arms, her eyes filled with sorrow. Leah looks down, averts her gaze. She doesn't want to engage. Something upsetting occurs to her.
Emilio? If it's Emilio, leave him alone.
She looks up suddenly. Evelyn has vanished. She crosses to the side of the porch, searching for her, panicked.
He's fine, you can't have him. I'm taking him to knock, and for once, someone in this family is going to get what they want.
Leah begins to sob.
Are you all right, dear?
Leah glances up. Kathleen stands where her grandmother was.
No.
Kathleen walks down the steps and embraces her.
Now, come on inside. Whatever it is, it'll all work out. It will.
Where's Emilio? Is he okay?
I put him to bed, and that's where you're going, young lady.
She takes the brandy glass and gently leads Leah to the house. Exterior Knock Main Street night. Boarded over buildings, cafes, and stores selling religious items. Finn walks the nearly deserted streets in leather jacket and wool scarf. A couple of rough-looking teenage boys with shaved heads loiter as he passes.
Buy some pints, would you?
He holds out some crumpled bills.
Maybe in a couple of years. Sorry.
He walks on. One boy flips him off behind his back. He stops in front of the Holy Love Information Center. Finn's point of view, statues of saints, some eerily life-size, a Knock Youth Ministry brochure, a cartoon hipster kid drawn on the cover, and another brochure emblazoned Purgatory. An employee emerges, 60s, her face worn from a hard life. As she locks the door, one of the toughs shouts to Finn.
Oi! I know who you are. I saw you on the telly.
The employee glances over, looking Finn up and down.
Father Finn McCarthy.
I don't go by that name anymore.
Those were holy orders. You gave your word and you can't undo it. It's not how God works.
I see it differently. I'm not sure how God works, and I can't pretend anymore. Wouldn't be right.
But you took something from us when you made your big, important decision to leave.
Finn points to the window and the merchandise.
It's all yours.
No. We counted on you to guide us. We looked up to you.
But I don't want you looking up to me. I want you to look higher, to whatever God you believe in.
There's only one God, and you have sinned against him.
I don't believe in sin.
The boys cheer. Finn turns on them.
Quiet. And respect this woman, your elder. It's getting late. Where do you live?
3 streets over.
Well, the boys and I will walk you home. And they can tell you what they're learning in school.
Ah, that's shite.
Finn shoots him a powerful look, putting both in their place. The woman struggles with Finn's kindness.
Yeah. I don't get walked home too often. But I'm angry with you.
Yes, you are. Why don't you hear me out a little? Let's go. And then, boys, we'll have some darts, shall we?
They look at each other considering. Finn nods his head encouraging, and they shuffle in behind him. Interior Woodland School boardroom day. 8 members of the board, including Carol, Andrea, and Eric, gather with James. Each member at the table votes. There are 5 yeses and 3 nos, with Eric's being the last no.
So that's it? She doesn't share our vision. And she hasn't from the first day.
The first day?
When she met us. She said, "Nice to meet you, girls."
Eric reacts to their grievance.
The school's required to give 30 days notice.
You legislated this, so you can call Leah and tell her. And I want to be on record as disappointed.
James rises and walks out, pausing at the door.
In all fairness, if the fundraiser is successful, Leah needs to be reinstated. I gave her the go-ahead. So unless you'd like to fire me, too...
But our vision
is right there.
He points to the sign hanging on the wall. The Woodland School treats all with kindness and respect. He exits, an uncomfortable silence.
How many tickets have sold?
47.
Carol shuts her laptop. Game over. Exterior Brendan's house day. Brendan leans through the truck's window on Emilio's side.
I've set you up in knock. You'll be grand. Got the other canisters?
Yep.
Well then, I hope you find what you're looking for.
Emilio, wearing his nose sniffer, keeps Brendan's gaze.
We will. We have.
Leah turns the ignition. Kathleen waves from the window. Interior Knock B&B day. A modest room with lace curtains and a crucifix on the wall. Finn regards the hanging Jesus thoughtfully. The B&B owner, 60s, walks in.
You again.
Thought I'd check. I've been to every B&B and hotel twice since yesterday.
Well, if she shows up, I've got your number.
Okay. Sorry to bother you.
No bother.
Finn exits, gets into his car, and drives off. Parked around the corner at the back of the cottage, nearly hidden, Leah's green Ford truck. The owner's wife stands in the doorway.
Why didn't you tell him?
Brendan made it clear those 2 were yanked off tour. Maybe they're hunting for him.
Your man looked a bit like Finn McCarthy.
Him here? Nah. What's for supper?
Exterior Knock Main Street day. Just off the main plaza, tourists wander. A banner on a wall, healing and miracle cures here. Walking very slowly through the crowd are Emilio and Leah. She cranes her neck.
Almost there. I can see the top of something. Amelia, we're in Knock.
So, a souvenir.
No, the church first, then the souvenir. Those are the rules.
But he's already stopped to inspect items in a kiosk. Close up on statues, rosaries, tea towels, teddy bears, and other quirky souvenirs. A female employee, 30s, with a nose ring and flowing hair, watches him. He holds tight to the kiosk, exhausted, hiding it from Leah.
I like her.
She points to a statue of a crowned Mary, hands raised in benediction. Emilio studies the tattooed employee.
There's a resemblance.
You're daft.
Hold up your hands.
Shyly, the woman imitates the statue. There is a curious resemblance. The cousins nod in agreement. Emilio takes the statue.
No bag, thank you.
Behind them, Finn McCarthy strides into the Shrine Plaza area, acres of it, and into the crowd. Exterior, the plaza at Knock Shrine Day. A spacious square with a modern white basilica and the old church. Tourists throng, uniformed children, the infirm in wheelchairs, nuns and priests, a group of special needs adults, a pious carnival. A female tour guide, 40, stands before an A-frame structure. Her group listens intently.
The original church is located in the back. We're standing at the site where the apparitions were seen and where the 3 statues have been placed, looking much as described.
She gestures towards the statues in the glass reflection. Emilio and Leah sit on benches fronting the church. Emilio holds his Mary statue. Leah appears unimpressed.
I thought it would feel holier.
Emilio offers his wise, compassionate smile.
Well, it looks like the house of pancakes to me.
Keep looking.
He seems deeply content. Leah settles in. She watches two sisters, 6 and 8, chasing each other around their parents. Emilio follows her gaze.
Thinking of Jane? I've got something for her and you.
Wait, Evelyn's rock. We did it.
She reaches for her purse, but Emilio stays her hand.
Not yet.
He pulls a photo from his robes and hands it to Leah, close up on a dimply baby about a month old.
Who's this?
Jane's aunt, your sister.
He nods. Leah is shocked.
My sister. What are you talking about? I don't have a sister.
He bends forward, catching his breath.
Are you okay?
You'll like this. A story with a twist.
Tell me.
I read so many letters, I started to recognize handwriting. When I found this, I didn't think much of it. There are dozens of photos of people I don't know. But this one had your mother's handwriting on the back.
Leah flips it over.
My little darling.
I thought she might be a friend's baby, but my little darling, and no other photo of this kid. I started to wonder, was it hers?
An elderly vendor, 70s, appears. Rosaries hang from his arms. Emilio politely waves him away.
Did she die?
There's no sin in dying. We would have known. But when you were born 18 years after your parents married, I heard my mother say the strangest thing to your dad. She said, that was a hell of a long penance. I figured out the best friends from your mother's yearbooks, found a few thinking someone would talk, and someone did. Your mother got pregnant in college. Evelyn was furious and threatened to cut your dad off if they married, to never see him again.
Why?
Because your mom was a Protestant. Yeah. So they gave the baby up. But the damage was done to herself. She died 6 months later, a heart attack. Your parents married, but the baby was gone.
A realization.
He asks about her. The little girl. I thought he meant Jane. Where's the little girl? What happened to her? Do you know?
She lives in San Francisco. Rachel.
You are kidding.
And she was adopted by a Jewish couple.
The irony sinks in.
Evelyn has a Jewish granddaughter?
God is great.
A beat. They burst into laughter. Leah calls to some nuns.
It's a miracle. I have a Jewish sister.
The nuns exchange a look, puzzled.
Buongiorno. Have you talked to her?
That's for you to do. I wasn't sure you'd want to, and...
Not sure. I mean, I cannot believe this. What a surprise. This is... Isn't it? This is the surprise.
She jumps up and covers Emilio with kisses. The crowd reacts to the spectacle of a monk in a knit cap with oxygen being kissed by a laughing woman.
I mean, I want to light a candle. I have a sister.
Ah, so sweet, yes. And I'll go back to the room.
Oh, should I go with you? I'm going with you. Come on.
She starts to help him up.
That's 3 minutes from here. I'm fine.
She studies him, not sure.
Light your candle and light one for me. Go.
He nods and smiles, encouraging. She hurries off, turning around to blow him a kiss. Emilio remains on the bench. He lets down, exhausted. A coughing fit starts. Emilio covers his mouth. He pulls his hand away and sees blood. He is hemorrhaging, an internal disaster. Emilio wipes his hand on his robes, unperturbed. The old vendor with the rosary stands by. Emilio motions him over. The man puts all the rosaries around his neck and helps Emilio up. He is extremely weak and leans heavily on his walking stick. Slowly, the two head in the direction of the main street. Interior Knock Parish Church day. Leah sits in a pew taking everything in, especially the hopeful, humble faces of the pilgrims. She rises and lights 2 votive candles, awkwardly makes the sign of the cross, and exits. Exterior Knock Parish Church day following. Leah walks past the wall of the stone church. Dozens of crutches have been left behind. A section of original stone wall is framed in wood. A woman reverently touches the old wall. A man kisses it. Leah stops, thoughtful. She reaches into her purse, pulls out Evelyn's rock, and approaches the gray stone church, looking from the rock to the wall, holding it out. A close-up reveals Evelyn's terracotta stone is not a match, not even close. Shape and color, it is not from this church. Leah returns the stone to her purse, confused. Her phone rings. Leah steps away from the wall and picks up.
Hi, Carol. What's going on?
Interior Knock B&B bedroom day. A simple room with white curtains and twin beds with white coverlets. Emilio lies quietly on the bed. Leah enters. She walks over and holds out Evelyn's stone.
I hoped it would convince you.
A lie?
I pretended it was a piece of Evelyn's heart, her broken heart. Something, we'll never know what something hurt her so badly. She spent a lifetime hurting others. But we can let it go. Let her go and move on.
We could have done that in a barn. We could have done that anywhere.
Yes. And anywhere is here. Knock.
But what about me?
Cry from the heart.
Leah.
He says her name so lovingly.
Ireland is the last piece of this puzzle named Emilio Connor. I needed to come. And your sister's real enough.
She's not going to pay my bills. I'm losing my job.
So be it. You'll find another one.
So be it. When you've never had to worry about money.
Neither have you.
I can't afford private school.
That is not a hardship.
Your clothes, your food, everything's been taken care of. I've had to think about what's best for Jane, and now my dad, well, you've always thought about what's best for you. Which master should you study with? Which monastery should you live in?
Careful, cousin. Those were our choices to make, and we made them.
But mine are always so human and flawed, while yours are enlightened. And in the end, what does that even mean? What have you done with your life?
She puts the rock on the bedside table too hard. Emilio raises his eyebrows, asking, "What have you done with yours?" Then he closes his eyes and folds his hands.
We're finished. The end.
She waits. Emilio speaks slowly with the hint of a smile.
Do not speak unless it improves the silence.
He is calm, serene. He doesn't cough, and he's finished talking. Leah leaves the room. Emilio leans over for the stone. He rubs it thoughtfully, then reaches for the phone. A tremendous effort.
I would like help making a call, please.
Exterior Shrine Plaza day. Finn exits the basilica and stops the old vendor with his rosaries. The man nods and points up the street towards the B&B where Emilio and Leah are staying. Exterior Knock B&B day. The owner and his wife garden alongside the house where Leah's truck is parked. Finn appears around the corner. He looks from the truck to the couple.
I wasn't truthful, Father.
It's Finn. I hope you can forgive yourself. Leah's...
No, but the monk is room 4 upstairs. He could use a whiskey. Him.
Finn hurries off. Interior B&B hallway day continuous. Finn knocks gently. No answer. He tries the knob. It opens. Emilio lies in bed, eyes closed, profound quiet. He no longer wears his oxygen.
Emilio.
He slowly turns his head.
I'm Leah's friend. Did she mention me?
A priest who is not a priest. I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you. Where's Leah?
Leah? I've been trying to find out for a long time. You're looking for her?
For both of you? I was worried.
Well, if you find her, don't let her fool you.
Finn pulls up a chair concerned. He recognizes death.
How are you feeling?
In many ways, I feel the inevitable. And some fear, which surprises me.
We're of the earth, brother. Fear is natural.
I didn't come here to die. Please make sure my cousin understands this. But I am ready. I have everything I need.
Then you'll be traveling light?
Emilio's face lights up. Finn understands. Nothing has been left unresolved. He can leave as free as he came. He reaches for Finn's hand.
Will you wait for Leah?
I will. Be here now and with you.
The two men share a moment.
Would you sing to me?
Finn takes his time. He begins a lullaby in Irish as he sings. A montage, people and places in Emilio's life. The melody drifts out the window to the owner tending blossoms with his coarsened hands and finds its way to the woodland school where Jane and her friends reach to touch a gleaming fish in the brook. At the other end of life, the outstretched hand of William, offering it to a woman who sits alone on a couch. She gratefully accepts, rising and tucking her arm through his. The lullaby fuses with deep Tibetan chanting as dozens of red-robed monks bow in silent meditation before a standing golden Buddha, his face kind, his hand upraised in a gesture that beckons the faithful to stop and be present, to know the connectedness and beauty of all things. Exterior Knock wooden path day. Joggers, tourists, families, and couples stroll the path. Leah strides along distracted, narrowly missing a young couple with a baby carriage. She leaves a brave phone message.
Hi, honey, it's Mom. I just wanted to hear your little voice and tell you what a good time Emilio and I are having. And that I'll be home tomorrow. I can't wait. Okay, I hope you're practicing. I love you.
She sits on a bench dejected. A plump man, Seamus, 30s, walks towards her and flops down almost on top of her.
I'm lost.
We're all lost.
But I'm lost and I'm scared and you're not nice.
She notices the tag around his neck. It's clear he's from the special needs tour and Leah softens. She reaches for the tag.
No, don't. Don't.
He rocks back and forth. Leah's phone rings. She stands and answers tentatively. The number is not familiar.
This is Leah.
Ms. Walker, Sterling Hunter here.
His dramatic baritone voice is thrilling.
I'll get straight to the point. I'm not an asset to the Woodland School, and I'm stepping down from the
You are?
She looks ecstatic. Seamus buries his head in his hands and starts to cry. People walking by look over.
No point in playing to an audience that doesn't want me.
It just turned into something I never intended or thought would happen, and...
I'm scared!
What's going on?
It's okay.
Seamus cries louder.
Someone's lost, and I just cannot do one more thing.
I'll talk to him. Give him the phone.
Hello.
What's your name, son?
Seamus.
I like that name, Seamus. How old are you?
I am 37.
I see. Well, it's hard to be brave when you're scared, isn't it?
Seamus nods into the phone.
He's nodding.
So here's what you do. Count to 10 slowly, and then when you get all the way to 10, you'll feel better. Can you do that, Seamus?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Leah joins him in counting. A woman rushes up.
I turned around and he was gone. Come on, love, and say thank you.
Thank you.
I'll sign off now.
Okay, but Mr. Hunter, do you shoot guns with Charlie?
Of course not. He's a child. Don't believe everything you read, Miss Walker. I care about these issues as much as you. We need to change.
I know, I just don't want Charlie to think his grandpa did something wrong. I'd like to hear you, Mr. Hunter. I'll be there.
Silence.
And so will I. Goodbye, Miss Walker.
Leah puts the phone away. It starts to rain. She breathes quietly to calm down. Then, aware of her breath, something clicks. She rises and spins in the direction of the B&B.
Emilio.
She hurries, then breaks into a run, dodging the crowd, as focused and intent as she was distracted before. She stops, unzips her heeled boots, and runs barefoot on the wet ground. Interior Knock, B&B bedroom day. Emilio lies motionless as Finn prays.
May you find protection as you walk into the great silence. Let the compassionate ones take you by the hand and lead you into the wisdom of understanding. Forget not your ancient vows.
Exterior knock, B&B day. Leah races up the front steps past the dismayed owner who turns to watch her run up the stairs inside. Interior knock, B&B bedroom day continuous. Leah bursts in. Finn's head is bowed, her cousin still. She stands stricken, catching her breath. Finn holds Emilio's hand. He looks kindly at Leah. Then Emilio opens his eyes. He willed himself to wait.
I'm sorry.
Enough sorrow.
She dumps everything and kneels by his bed, gently hugging him around the waist.
Stay here, please. Please.
Not this time. We have to say goodbye, dear one.
His speech is halting. She doesn't respond.
Let me hear you. Come.
It's going to be lonely.
Lonely?
Watching Jane grow up by myself. It's not supposed to be this way. I mean, we were so happy, the three of us.
Her eyes flood with tears.
Tell him, Leah, what you didn't get to say.
Leah, now.
He reaches for her hand. Leah cracks.
Goodbye, Mark. I loved you so much, and you know it. I know you know it.
And the others, let them hear you.
Who?
You know.
Leah chokes the words out as Finn watches compassionately.
Gypsy. Beautiful heart, my sweet mother. Goodbye. Thank you for my sister. And you, Emilio. I'll miss you. Jane will miss you. And Sultana, when she plays to the moon.
I will be listening. Leah, you forgot Uncle Ralphie.
Uncle Ralphie. I wish you hadn't jumped in front of a train.
He is at peace. They're all at peace.
He opens his hand, revealing Evelyn's rock. Leah takes it, then puts her hand in his. The three of them are connected, a loving trinity. Leah cries softly as the curtains flutter and shadows flicker, recalling the light of the Burren and the old ones. Emilio slips away. 3 days later, exterior, the Atlantic side of the Burren, day. A herd of cows graze on the bluffs above churning waves. Leah and Finn, figures in the landscape, walk side by side towards the sea. Leah carries a wooden box.
I didn't think ashes would be this heavy. At least not Emilio's.
Will you let me?
He holds out his arms. She hesitates, then hands the box over, and they walk on.
Most of the blooms are gone now. But look over there.
He wanders off to inspect a small clump of fuchsias, a burst of red in the barren cliffs. Leah joins him. The color evokes Emilio's robes. They kneel together. Leah touches them gently.
They always remind me of little lanterns.
Diora Day. That's what we call them. Tears of God.
How do you say it?
Diora Day.
Diora Day.
Her first Irish, and she says it well. Finn nods. Now the clouds cover the sun. The sky darkens.
We'd better move on.
Finn, I appreciate you driving all the way from Dublin for this, and everything you did in that. Why did you?
Well, the priest I used to be wanted to take care of you. And the man that I am also wanted to take care of you. Is that 2 reasons or 1? And is that even an acceptable Weltanschauung? What?
You hide behind big words. Say what you mean.
All right. I would like to care for a woman. Really care. Is that okay?
Yes, and you will. It is the best, most wonderful thing when it works both ways. I know. I feel like a specimen.
I've been saying that since I was little. I must have been an obnoxious child.
Well, whenever I hear someone say, I'm going to think of you.
Fair enough. And the next time I meet a woman who swallowed a star, I'll remember you.
A tender moment in this last goodbye.
Thank you.
She reaches up and kisses his cheek. Then he bends down and kisses Leah on the lips. Much unspoken, and yet it is over. They turn and walk towards the wild sea, backs to us. The cows look up as they pass. A single violin plays a ballad into the next scene. Interior barn, day. Leah cleans out Emilio's stall, wrestling his futon outside and wrapping up the photo of the Dalai Lama. She takes down the Virgin of Guadalupe and puts both next to the futon. She kneels in the doorway of the now forlorn space. Jane appears playing the ballad on her violin, paper flowers in her hair. She stops, peering into the empty stall.
Emilio didn't have very much, did he?
Oh no, he had everything.
She tucks a wispy lock behind Jane's ear, her everything. Jane points to the Guadalupe print.
Where's that going?
I'm not sure.
Can I have it?
Good idea, sweetheart. I forgot to call Grandpa. Will you tell him I'll be there in an hour or 10 minutes, whatever makes him happy?
She rises and hands Jane her phone. As she grabs Emilio's stuff and walks off, she hears Jane.
Hi, Grandpa. It's me, Jane. Your granddaughter, Jane.
Interior, Leah's childhood home, day. Leah passes the dining room table, now empty of Emilio's genealogy mess. She pauses at the bare table, wistful. Interior, bottom of the staircase in-house, day, continuous. She glances up the staircase and slowly ascends. Interior, Leah's bedroom, day, continuous. As she walks through the door, it transforms into interior, Leah and Mark's bedroom, day, a flashback. Mark lounges on the bed wearing slacks, shirt, and loosened tie. He eats a pint of ice cream and reads from his laptop.
What are you doing here?
I live here.
Not on Tuesday afternoons, you don't.
The client canceled, and I miss you.
Leah crosses to the bed and sits next to her husband. She lovingly strokes his cheek. He looks up from his laptop.
What?
I missed you too.
In response, Mark scoops the very last bite from the pint and offers the spoonful to Leah, who opens her mouth. He slides it in, the ice cream he knew she wanted so long ago. Interior, Leah's bedroom, day, back to the present. She smiles at the empty bed. Then she opens her closet, pulls out a sage green blazer, and tosses it over a chair. Exterior, Woodland School, day. Outside the school, a couple hundred protesters gather. People hold signs boldly painted, "Enough is enough," and "Arms are for hugging and protect our kids, not guns." Carol, Andrea, and Feather each hold signs. Carol leads the crowd.
Do something! Do something! Do something!
A camera crew films the action. Interior, Leah's childhood home, day. A teenage babysitter with pink streaked hair slouches at the dining room table as Jane draws. Leah enters wearing a dress and the blazer, which highlights her coppery hair.
I'll be back around 7. Dinner's in the fridge, microwave as usual. What do you have to do?
Practice?
No.
Start on my book report.
Leah reaches into her pocket and pulls out a bottle of glittering blue nail polish. She hands it to Jane.
Cool color. I'll do the woods.
Jane's face lights up. Exterior, Woodland School, day. On the huge grassy campus among the oaks, a dais with a podium and a microphone. A woman checks the sound system. Open boxes of books near a card table reveal Lessons for My Grandson by Sterling Hunter. 150 chairs are set up, occupied by fewer than 50 people, including Eric and Alice. Leah leads William to a chair. He wears a paisley jacket and the cap given to Emilio by the cab driver. He looks jaunty.
I need to greet people.
She looks around at the vast empty space, brave words.
Dad, I'll be right back.
He nods and reaches beneath his jacket for a paper towel. Exterior, Woodland School, day. The protest becomes louder and chaotic. Suddenly, a small converted school bus painted white pulls up. Then another and another. A fourth bus pulls in. The doors open and red-robed monks descend the steps. The men are every age and nationality. It's as if aliens have landed. Nearly 200 dignified monks standing near the buses watching the protest. It grows quiet. An Asian monk, Goshen Rinpoche, 70s, emerges from the crowd. A younger monk, 30s, accompanies him. He leads the monks forward. Carol casually blocks his path.
Can I help you?
We have come to hear the voice of God.
Are you serious?
Goshen politely nods.
He's an actor.
They think us foolish, teacher.
No, they are only afraid.
I'm not afraid. You couldn't possibly understand.
You do not care for Mr. Sterling Hunter because he thinks differently from you.
And you don't have kids in school getting mowed down because the NRA practically gives guns away.
That is so. Though I was a child once in Tibet.
He pulls back his sleeve to reveal a vicious bullet scar.
Many guns.
Then why are you here?
For my brother Hofuku, because he loved his little cousin.
Well, good for you. And then you'll go back to your tower in the mountains. Your barricaded tower.
Young woman, I see your strength and I find it worthy. I could say the same for Mr. Sterling Hunter. Better to be strong together and see what you can accomplish.
He leans in and whispers something to Carol.
And now, if I may...
He wants to pass. Carol doesn't move. A cameraman speaks.
$10 on the month.
Now Leah pushes through the crowd, reaching Goshen. She looks around at the monks, overwhelmed.
I'm Emilio's cousin. I'm Leah. What are you doing here?
I have heard all about you. Yes, I am Hofuku's teacher. I am Joshi.
He bows to Leah, who bows in return. James appears, looking disheveled. William trails behind him, unsteady but determined. Eric and Alice follow.
Sterling just arrived.
Don't worry about this, honey. I've got your back. I've got her back.
William notices Goshen.
Where's my nephew?
He asked us to come.
Emilio?
He told us you were in need of family. So?
He gestures to the silent, respectful monks.
And we brought this.
He removes an envelope from his robe.
It is a check for $75,000.
$75,000?
That is so sweet of you.
She lowers her sign. Goshen raises his hand.
But we ask you to share it with children in the community who do not enjoy the same opportunities.
Carol gently takes the check from the monk.
I promise our board will make the very best decision with your tremendous generosity. Thank you. And I will. I will think about what you said.
I do not doubt you, but the check is written to Leah Walker.
All eyes on Leah, who politely holds out her hand for the check, a beat before Carol grudgingly hands Leah the check.
Please, come with me.
She reaches for her father and leads the two elderly men into the school. The crew turn their cameras on Leah and the monks, a sea of red pouring through the gates. Many of the protesters lean their signs against the wall and follow, as does Feather. Carol and Andrea exchange a look.
What did he say to you?
The best fighter is never angry.
Exterior Sonoma countryside morning. The hills are brown. The vineyards are losing their leaves. Interior Leah's bedroom morning. Leah sleeps, the statue of Mary from Knock at her bedside. Off screen, a horse whinnies. Leah smiles. What a good dream. The whinnying grows loud. Leah wakes, mystified by the sound, and pulls on her furry slippers. Exterior, Leah's childhood house morning. She hurries past the arena in her white flannel nightgown. Exterior barn morning continuous. A chestnut horse peeks out from Emilio's old stall. A note is tacked next to the stall door.
Mom, did you get a horse?
Leah whips around to see Jane in her own flannel nightie.
No.
Where did it come from?
I don't know.
She sees the note and opens it, reading aloud.
Excited for Berkeley gig, gentle, 5-year-old. Expenses covered, hope it's a yes. Finn.
Who's Finn?
A man I met in Ireland.
Well, he's nice. Are you going to keep her?
I don't know.
Mommy, why not? I've wanted a horse my whole life.
Your whole life?
Jane doesn't hear. The horse enchants her. Leah is torn, and then...
Stand back. Way back.
Jane retreats while Leah opens the stall door. A halter and lead hang on the wall. Leah quickly slips on the halter, attaches the lead, and brings her outside.
She's Sublin.
Leah leans into the horse's muzzle, eye to eye.
Let's take her for a spin.
Interior arena morning. The horse walks in a slow circle around Leah and Jane. Jane holds a lunge line, arms extended.
Walk, walk.
Good. Now don't let the line go slack.
She adjusts her daughter's hold.
Now trot like this.
The mare effortlessly shifts into an elegant trot.
Keep your arms wide. Hold the line. Keep her head down. Give her a little tug.
Leah reaches in and tugs gently. The mare's head drops into a smooth arc. They move in a circle together.
And walk.
The horse slows. Leah takes the lunge line and faces the horse. The mare walks towards her, impeccably trained.
Watch this. I bet she can do it.
Leah leads the horse back to her place in the circle. She detaches the lunge line and returns to the center with Jane.
Walk.
The horse keeps the circle intact, walking without a lead.
Trot.
The horse picks up the pace, then Leah makes a kissing sound.
Canter.
The horse takes off into a lope. Leah, arms wide, guides this beautiful creature with only the energy of her body, the mark of a gifted horsewoman. Their nightgowns flutter as they spin. Suddenly, from Leah's point of view, Finn leans against a horse trailer half hidden by an oak grove. He looks pleased. Leah bends down to her daughter.
Run inside and get ready. We've got violin this morning.
Oh, but the horse.
You'll be riding her this afternoon, promise. Now hurry.
Jane skips into the house. Leah walks towards Finn, who meets her halfway. A shy encounter. Finn nods to the horse.
She's stunning.
An echo of their first conversation. Leah responds in kind.
She is, but she's not mine.
Looks to me like you belong together.
Leah rushes into an embrace. He kisses the top of her head. Leah steps away and strokes his cheek.
It's really you. You said classes start next month.
They do. But I thought it would be nice to have some time with the horse.
Leah laughs and slips her arm through his.
Come and meet Jane. You've already won her over. Completely, utterly, I could go on.
I won't stop you.
They stroll towards the house, past the open stall that evokes achingly sweet memories of Emilio. Leah glances over and hugs Finn close. Exterior, elegant San Francisco neighborhood night. Leah and Finn, still arm in arm, walk the brick path to a classic San Francisco two-story. In the distance, the Golden Gate Bridge glitters. William and Jane walk behind them, holding hands. In a picture window, a man and woman prepare a dining room table, adding goblets, adjusting flowers. Interior, Victorian house, same time. Leah's sister Rachel, 50s, auburn-haired and an older version of Leah, lights the traditional 2 Sabbath candles, recalling the candles Leah lit in Knock. A silver menorah is placed nearby. She gracefully circles her hands 3 times and briefly covers her face. Then she exits the room. Exterior, Victorian house, night immediately after. Rachel opens the front door, her face radiant with joy.
At last, Leodin.
The end.
Thank you, folks, for enjoying this library with us. And I think we owe a big round of applause to our director, Will Wallace.
place called Knock.
You guys should all stand up and take that.
If folks would like to stay, our writer Colleen Craig would be happy to answer some questions. If anyone has.
That was just so perfect. Happy to answer any questions.
I have a question. Are you a horsewoman? I thought so that your description of the horses was so beautiful to recognize you. Lovely.
And I don't have a Jewish sister, but I have a Jewish brother. The same
Maybe use the microphone.
Sure. I don't have a Jewish sister, but I found out that I have a Jewish brother. And I had a grandmother who was Catholic and kept my mother and father apart. So that part of the story is true as well. And I did meet the real Finn. His name is Dara Malloy. And he left the church and said, but I'm going to continue to be a priest. I'm going to continue to give the sacraments. And they said, no, you can't. And he said, yes, I can. And he does. He's a Celtic priest. He's married. He has 5 children. And he does beautiful wedding ceremonies, baptisms, funerals, but it's all in the old ways of the Celtic traditions. And we met him in Ireland. And when I was there, having been raised Catholic, I heard about this little town called Knock that is the 3rd greatest pilgrimage site in the world that I'd never heard of. It's Lourdes, Fatima, and Knock. And I said to my husband, I got to go to this place called Knock, what's there? Let's go. And then off we went. So the story is just a lot of different parts of my life, including the conflict at school when I was the head of the PTA for a private school in Los Angeles, and it was Charlton Heston. And it was the same thing, only there was a real protest and a boycott, and I just couldn't get over it, I thought I was doing a great thing, and everybody was mad at me, and I kept saying, but he's the grandpa, and it didn't matter at all. It ended up being a very successful event, but there was, at the same time, a protest. So, what I really wanted to say with this story is I hope that, especially now with all the identity politics going on, is that we tend to see everybody as one thing in one way. So poor Sterling Hunter has been identified as the NRA guy. And nobody wants to know him beyond that or hear him or listen to him. When he's a grandfather, when he's an incredible actor. And Leah only sees herself in one way. She sees herself as kind of failed in love. She got angry with her husband. She was tired, and he wanted to make her happy, and he went out and bought ice cream and died doing it. And that's all that she can see herself as. And her cousin, the enlightened one, is taking her to Ireland to open her eyes to other possibilities. So it's set up that she's taking him on this last journey that's so important to him because of the genealogy, but in truth, he's taking her with the hope that she can view life differently. So there's a lot of little stories in there. And I just hope, I'm a little worried about the NRA being too charged a topic for being in the script. Did that bother anybody, that it was the NRA? No? Okay. I thought maybe it should be fracking or something. Yeah. Nobody seems to mind that too much. Anyway, so that is the story, and there is a lot of exciting interest in it. It's my agent calls it a movie for grown-ups, and so those are harder to sell, but he's got some really outstanding leads right now. So I'm excited about it, and I was just so thrilled to hear it. Wow. That was really something for me. Thank you all so much. I mean, I got to tell you, when I wrote Finn, I want to take him home. I want to introduce him to my agent. Say, he's the one. Yeah. Anyway, really, all of you, so well done. Everybody, I can't thank you all enough.
Thank you, and thank you for being here and hearing it.
Thank you.
Yes, well, thank you all for being here, and a big thanks to this wonderful cast again. You've all did a wonderful job, except for one of you.
He always says that.
Ongoing joke I have. These are all wonderful students of mine, with the addition of young Sammy here, who has joined us. She goes to school with my kids. This is her mother, family here. So thank you for allowing us to steal Sammy for the afternoon. And this is just a wonderful, there are students at the school that my wife and I have in Burbank on Hollywood Way. And but they also work a lot in film and TV. They're master students in the master classes, and they're just feel so blessed to have them. And we've just grown so close to them, and so for them to come up and give us their time, greatly appreciated on my end. So thank you all. Thank you, Bruce and Laura, for asking me to direct this, and I thank the Ojai Film Festival, all the people. This has been a real treat.
Thank you for the beautiful song.
Beautiful. Haley.
Yes, well, any questions? I think, Colleen here, that's probably where all the questions you guys, I would assume we're going to be asking the questions. I don't want you to feel obligated.
Was there a scene that was the most difficult?
Actually, the one that I said at one point, I apologize, with respect to the song, it was, we kind of had it, and there was a couple of blips one day. We rehearsed, I think, 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I think
more than that.
Yeah. 4 times on one
And I
side.
did, at one point, but you really pulled it all together, and again, my apologies for...
We weren't singing when we were supposed to, but we figured it out.
We did figure it out.
Figured it out.
Did you guys study with a dialect coach for the Irish?
Well, Lorna back here, actually, she came in late. She studied with me briefly some time ago, and I just forgot. Her husband was the director of photography of a film I produced that's in theaters now called The Great Alaskan Race. If any of you'd like to see it. We're in 500 screens right now. And I brought her husband on to be a cinematographer, and he was so helpful. We promoted him to producer as well. And so they came over on a picture or a TV pilot I'm directing that Rahul's producing in India. And they were over at the house, and I was like, Lorna, I forgot. Oh my God. And she told me she'd actually lived in Knock for some time. And so I quickly put her into the cast as well. And Ashley's family was from Ireland. Kaylee, they're roommates, and they're so good with different dialects and things like that. So they started out kind of helping people on that end. And then once Lorna came in, she kind of gave her thoughts on that as well, and I was like, everybody run it, our take on that. She gave Brian big thumbs up on his performance. Andre's my head of development back here, and Hayden's my assistant, and so it was just really a wonderful team. And I mean, that's my producing partner on the traffic, so Ashley Judd will be directed, and we've got like 6 together. So, I've got a lot of history with these folks, and again, just yeah, and thank you to our leads, everybody. I just want to
pass it on.
And Rachel's going to have a baby.
It's going to be a star.
It's not a cow. Shane's going to have many aunts and uncles.
Yes.
Did anyone have a question for any specific cast?
Colleen, could you talk about the inspiration for the character Emilio?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to sit back down and
Can you talk about the character Emilio?
Emilio.
Well, I thought it was a beautifully.
It was
real-
great.
Emilio, yes. And he's based on partly John was our agent. My friend who died was a writing partner, and John sold our first script. And so he's based somewhat on Doug, who is legendary, and then partly my husband, who's an old Buddhist. So there it is. The two together and got Emilio.
Shake it, not stir.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go celebrate.
Can we have Colleen join us?
Should we sit? You guys can move. Should we sit? Should we stay seated?
Like, we're really gonna have to smash.
Sorry.
Can they get up? Can they go up?
I'll slide in. Slide next to Sammy.
That's fine.
Oh, I'll do that.